Hello and welcome to Bakerstreet.coasters live. I'm very sorry, it's like the fourth time doing it because I've had like 4 people call me in the last times I've been live. Today we are on about the Nemesis storyline and how that has continued with recent updates of the Alton Towers resort. Now, if you do like what I do, please remember to subscribe. It will be very, very beneficial as, I'm at 500 and something odd followers, like I've lost count, so yeah. Anyways, so, on about Nemesis Reborn. Now, as we all know, Nemesis Reborn is a new roller coaster. Well, not a new roller coaster, but is a reimagined roller coaster, which is 30 years old and it's like 32. It reopened as a reborn ride. It's a B&M inverted coaster. It's at the Alton Towers resort. It is one of the oldest roller coasters they've got before it's retracked, but now it's not. And it was the first ever roller coaster in Europe to feature a corkscrew or double corkscrew or something like that. Hello. Sorry. I'm just trying to. I've just had like 4 people try and call me, and it's just interrupted my my train of thought. So it's really annoying me. Anyways, so today we've had new information about the Scarefest 2024 Scare Maze.
This is the Phalanx compound centre. The Phalanx have brought you here as they suspect you to be a member of the anarchist group known as Seek the Truth. Compound is also the home to the Nemesis younglings. Whilst under our jurisdiction, we are entitled to use your body as a vessel while we carry out our research.
So that is the name of the new Scare Maze, which is going to be themed around Nemesis Reborn, and I'm pretty sure this is going to go behind the Curse Ultimana. I'm your realist fan because I'm the first one here. Thank you so much. Actually, there was someone here before. I need my glasses on. That may be my issue. Now, that is a pretty good advertisement because firstly, you've got a Nemesis sort of theming in there. You've got the compound, which yet again it's been told that it holds Nemesis younglings. I'm not quite sure what Nemesis younglings is. And thirdly, we have the hashtag Seek the Truth. Now, this has been everywhere. If you look in the queue line for the Nemesis Reborn, if you look at the outskirts of Nemesis Reborn, the whole entire area is full of hashtag Seek the Truth. Now that is something which was a big deal when Nemesis Nemesis Reborn was going to open. Like all the barriers were up and they had hashtag Seek the Truth logos all over. There was also huge things about footage, what actually happened when Nemesis of Terror opened and all the out of control stuff which the Phalanx didn't let you see. So there's 2 sides of Nemesis. There is Phalanx and Nemesis, and hashtag Seek the Truth. There are protesters around, well, actors, but they're like protesters around saying release Nemesis. And then you also have the Phalanx team going around who's like, from the helicopter which is on site. And you've also got different investigationary people going in and it's like trying to cool down Nemesis every time it sparks up. It's really cool, and the whole entire atmosphere of Nemesis and the Phalanx facility and Forbidden Valley is just amazing. But having this new Scare Maze would answer some questions which, we've been puzzling on ourselves for quite a long since the start of this season actually. Now firstly, as we know, Percy is a night watchman guard. He got lost. Now if we saw from the advertisement in when Nemesis Reborn opened, we think this guy kind of got eaten up by Nemesis because that advertisement said a lot about what Nemesis was and how it's going to look like with the big huge eye. But this night, his name's Percy. Percy was basically very unfortunate and somehow met this creature on a night shift. Now, there are different posters around the area of Forbidden Valley saying, have you seen this person last seen on his night shift on something of the date? And it all leads up to speculation of where is Percy. Now, another thing which we do not know, but we have seen and can clarify, is that there is a new ride coming to the area of Forbidden Valley. Now, this could be a top spin coaster, but at the moment it is just concrete. I mean, if it's just concrete, there's not much we can speculate there. I mean, we all love looking at concrete. But that also adds up some other questions in what is the storyline going to be next for Nemesis. Now, if we looked at that advertisement which we saw for the compound, it really does bring a good suspense to the scare maze, because firstly, we've got a storyline that needs to be answered. Secondly, this scare maze does feature hashtag Seek the Truth, and it says that most of us has got, like, I don't know what it is, it's like a disorder, like the hashtag Seek the Truth disorder, that's what they call it. And it would be really cool to see what these Nemesis younglings is, because if we find out what they are, then this will add up to what could be the ride coming to the next year. Because, you know, like I said, we've had a huge gap between what we've recently known and what we've known now, and there's like a huge gap in the time that Alton Towers has been open. It really does lead in speculation on what's going to happen. Now, as we all know, we also know Nemesis Subterra opened this year. No, Nemesis Subterra opened last year in July, and that was a huge hit for the park. It had a lot of people there. It wasn't the greatest hit, not like, but it was one of the biggest attractions, which, you know, really did need to be reopened, because every time we saw it before it was not open, it was just a green container full of nothing. So having this ride back open really did answer some questions into, why is Nemesis a complex beast? How was it reborn? What are the Phalanx doing? Who are the Phalanx? Because originally Nemesis had no correlation or had no connection with the Phalanx, so having Nemesis Subterra open is pretty good. Now, like I said, what I would love to see is this new scare maze being in the back of, being at the back of the Cursed Alton Manor. Firstly, it is down the route, it's down the same path as the Nemesis or Forbidden Valley. And thirdly, having this scare maze being in that area really does tell the good story, because you've got the younglings to then the egg of Nemesis, and then you go down further to Nemesis Reborn, and, you know, it just tells a bigger story, in-depth story. Now, there is something else that Alton Towers did put on their story. I'm not quite sure what it is though, but it was like £120 all year round pass for scare mazes. Now, I'm not quite sure what's happening here, because I don't know if the scare mazes are going to keep all year round, or, you know, £120 for all scare mazes and going back a limited time is pretty concerning. So if it's going to be one every single day, then different story. £120 per year is good, but I'm not quite sure why would you want to do scare mazes again and again and again. I'm not sure, but it's always a different experience, and I'm pretty sure you get some excitement out of it. I won't be buying that, but, you know, it would be quite cool to see what they do with it. It's like a pass holder thing. Now, like I said, let's go and speculate, full depth and speculate into things. First, we've got like the sign, we've got this guy. So I don't know who. Firstly, first question goes for, I'm not quite sure who that person who said that is. What? Who? No, I'm not quite sure who said that. This is the Phalanx compound. What was it? This is the Phalanx compound. This is the Phalanx compound center. Is that what she said?
This is the Phalanx compound center.
Yes, it is. Yeah, so the compound center. Now, I'm not quite sure who said that, because before we had this like really amazing guy who called Nemesis a complex beast. He had like a really good moustache. He opened Nemesis Subterra. He was throughout like the start of the storyline, and then he kind of died, and Nemesis killed him, and then Nemesis opened, and we never heard of him again. But that is really good to see who that is.
This is the Phalanx compound center. The Phalanx have brought you here as they suspect you to be a member of the anarchist group known as Seek.
Don't know who that is.
Compound is also the home to the Nemesis younglings.
No, again, I don't understand what she means by the Nemesis younglings. Is that like the younger eggs? Because, you know, around the area of the helicopter, which is on site at the Forbidden Valley, there are like little eggs around, so could that be something to do with that? But Nemesis younglings kind of seem like there's more beasts than one, and that really does bring in speculation into what could be the new ride, what could be Galactica, because Galactica is definitely on the verge of being rethemed before anything. Um, but you know, we've always heard about stories, Nemesis Egg and the Nemesis Subterra. That tells a story of like one Nemesis. So could Nemesis Compound be the area where, you know, they're treating us to some sort of death-defying torture from the Nemesis younglings? I'm not quite sure how it's going to work, but this sounds really good. And you know, they've kind of made this so up to scratch with the storyline, and you know, there isn't a better time of year to do it than now. I mean, if we didn't have a scare maze going around from Nemesis Reborn, then there's pretty high speculation of, oh, if it was the Curse of Ultimana, it's a bit delayed because Curse of Ultimana opened last year and it's kind of died off lately. I mean, it's best dark ride in the UK, but there are some features that really do need to get that Tower Loving Care back up. But like I said, Nemesis Reborn has always been spot on, and you don't need to experience this awful scare maze to actually ride the ride or experience other things in the area. It's pretty good how they've laid it out. And like I said, really cool to see what they do, and I'm really hyped up about it. Oh, I did do my video about the Amigos in the Afterlife, but I haven't posted that. I've posted that on my Instagram instead. So if you do want to go and watch that, go and follow Bakerstreet.coasters on Instagram, and you can go and watch it. Anyways, from me, Samaya always, please remember to subscribe, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Bye, guys.